The real tiebreaker in this, y'all, is that Elon Musk gave Kamala Harris an invitation to do the same, and she refused. Boy, the difference is clear, man. Just imagine how great of a country we would have if they treated Trump fairly. You know? Then they had to bring out all those fact checkers last night, this, and that. You know, the Republicans do anything. They're trying to fact check them, analyze them, say this, and that. I mean, just try to wipe them through the mud. But they don't do the same with the Dems. Just saying now. And literally, if Trump laughed or said anything, or Elon said anything, you see they're trying to spin it and take it out of context and take little short clips and repost it and says, oh, Trump laughed at this when Elon said this. Or, just ridiculous, man. Once again, try to make him look such as a bad or evil person, man. But they are crying salty, salty tears. Salty, salty tears. Record breaking. 1 billion views. Man, that's more than CNN, MSNBC, ABC, CBS and boy. And then Fox News says, I love it when the internet breaks. Thanks to Trump. Woo! You just can't make this stuff up, man. So we're going to have a good show today. This was coming from my brother. A couple of y'all sent me this, and check out Greg's video. And huge shout out to my brother Greg. Y'all know I got so much love for my brother Greg, man. But the liberal media is just literally freaking out right now. And the internet is just, But just imagine how great of a country we would have if we treated Trump fairly, if we wasn't so sensitive. We living in a time where we're living in the most sensitive times ever, y'all. Most sensitive times ever. Can't nobody take a joke. I'm just being real, man. People have been scammed out their shoes, man. People are struggling. It's all about this dollar sign. We don't care for one another. We're jealous. It's a lot of hatred. They spew out all this hatred. We're divided, man. Just being real. I don't want to sound depressing or anything, but I'm just calling it for what it is. And I wish they'd treat Trump fairly, man, for real. Wipe the man through the mud. They could care less if the fella just took a bullet. See people saying it was staged. People saying I wish he wouldn't have missed. Just discussing stuff, man. That's the times that we are living in. And I want y'all to understand that, man. And then we got this unpopular, worst approval rating. It hasn't received one vote, but can't go out and collect an interview, dodging debates. And then you look at the ticket now, the Harris Walls ticket. But you got Trump and Vance, they'll answer. Anybody can ask a question. Let's do the debate right now. Let's figure this thing out right now. Like I told them, all we got to do is focus on the policies and the main issues and problems right now, and just be the adults in the room. But it's still got to be too big to rig this year, y'all. Too big to rig, because we are not against a candidate. We are against the machine, man. You see how they got her propped up now. Don't know what poll to believe. And again, I don't care if it says we're winning or not, man. We can't get complacent and Again, they're going to continue to wipe this man through the mud. They could care less if he comes out right, if he's comes out with the best proposals, policies, whatever. They're going to find a way to find some kind of negative, as you can see. Some kind of negative. They could care less if Kamala is reversing on her policies and copycatting Trump. Couldn't give him no credit. Couldn't say, oh, I like the idea of Trump of no tax on tips. Oh, I like this. I like that Trump said this, and that. So how about we do this, and that? Nah, none of that. None of that is happening. But anyways, let me stop all this talking, all this yapping. Let's jump in, man. I love you guys, man. Shout out to all my brothers and sisters out there. Them beautiful patriots, man. Them hard-working patriots out there. Them patriots that made the ultimate sacrifice. The ones that are, got it out the mud. Put food on the table. The ones that suffer with PTSD, anxiety, suicidal thoughts, depression every single day, man. I want to send you my love. I'm wishing the best in all you guys' life. One love to the human race, man. One love to the human race. I love y'all, man. Let's jump in. Boy, they freaking out, man. Can't accept it.
Take us through what Elon Musk is doing and the theories as to what his motives are.
Well, unfortunately, I can't tell you what's in the hearts of any individual, but I can tell you what our researchers have been studying with Mr. Musk's own output on his platform X. We examined posts about the US elections that he'd posted between January the 1st and July the 31st, identifying 50 posts that independent fact checkers found to be false. Now, those 50 posts had accrued 1.2 billion views. And there were three main categories. There was an AI-generated fake video of the Democratic nominee, Kamala Harris, which had 100 million plus views. There were claims that Democrats are importing voters, the great replacement theory, a really, really dangerous lie.
But the former president's words were extremely slurred as he phoned in from Mar-a-Lago in front of a flattering painting of himself. Here's some of what Trump had to say.
I know Putin very well. I got along with him very well. He respected me, and it's just one of those things. And we would talk a lot about Ukraine. It was the apple of his eye. But I said, don't ever do it. Don't ever do it. You can't do it, Vladimir. You do it, it's going to be a bad day. You cannot do it. And I told him things that what I do, and he said, no way. And I said, way.
All right, guys, so we got to talk about the super duper mega viral interview between President Trump and Elon Musk on X last night that has the mainstream liberal media losing their minds, okay? They're not having a great time right now coping with the reality that President Trump and Elon Musk got 24 million people tune in, okay? That's how many people have listened to this 2 to 3 hour interview of President Trump and Elon Musk just having a normal conversation, right? I mean, that's what it was. They literally were just talking for 2 to 3 hours, and they were just talking about a bunch of different topics like normal people do, right? It just sounded like a very...
Now, the total views were 1 billion. But man, that is... wow. Woo. Then on here, then at the end of the this original account, saying over almost 200 million views. But boy,
regular conversation. But apparently the mainstream liberal media, they really do not like the idea of Elon Musk giving Trump a platform to have 24 plus million people tune in to listen to them talk about the issues.
This all got off to a very rocky start. That conversation was delayed by more than 40 minutes because of those tech issues. Elon Musk said he wanted to have this conversation so that the former president could appeal to independent voters, but Trump fell into a very familiar pattern of controversial statements, insults, and attacks.
They did something.
Overnight, Donald Trump's bots returned to the platform that once banished him for posting false claims about the election. The company saying at the time the account was permanently suspended due to the risk of further incitement of violence. It was reinstated by Elon Musk in November of 2022 when Musk bought the company. Trump returning to the conversation Monday for a conversation with Musk. Technical issues delaying it from the start for more than 40 minutes. Musk blaming a so-called denial of service attack, a kind of cyber attack that floods a server with traffic to force it offline, saying the massive attack illustrates there's a lot of opposition to people just hearing what President Trump has to say, though he provided no evidence of such a cyber attack.
Began with 40 minutes of silence and then a bropocalypse of politics. No matter how you frame it or what caused the glitch, what was finally said between Donald Trump and Elon Musk at last night's Big X event can largely be defined as a rant filled with familiar lies and lines of attack.
Kamala wouldn't have this conversation. She can't because she's not smart. She's not a smart person. She is a radical left San Francisco liberal, and now she's trying to protect. Now she's looking like she wants to be more Trump than Trump, if that's possible. I don't think it's possible, but she wants to be more Trump than Trump. She's terrible, but she's getting a free ride.
All right, but did it do what it was designed to do, which was to put the brakes on Harris's momentum? Or
talking a little bit this morning about Elon Musk and that conversation he had for more than 2 hours on X last night. And your new piece in the Financial Times is titled "Elon Musk and the Danger to Democracy." In it, Ed writes this.
I don't know who came up with that poll. It says, voters trust Harris more than Trump on the economy. Oh, we going to. Oh, man, we are in trouble, man. Oh, boy. Oh, man. How's the Biden-Harris economy? How's the Bidenomics working, huh? Just fine. Oh, it's amazing. Biden-Harris this administration did such an amazing job. Clap it up, everybody. Ain't nobody clapping? Ah, damn. All right. But hey, common sense, huh? Common sense is far, far gone in this country. When can we make common sense great again?
2 hours on X last night, and your new piece in the Financial Times is titled "Elon Musk and the Danger to Democracy." In it, Ed writes this. The key question is what, if anything, democracies can do to address the danger from Musk. It is one thing having a newspaper proprietor or the owner of a television station pushing their biases in their outlets. This has always happened, and it's protected speech. I have no idea what the best legal remedy would be that was consistent with democratic and free speech values. I do know, however, Ed writes, that whatever he says, Musk is no fan of either. He revels in conflict and is fascinated by the possibility of collapse. He's a disaster capitalist, a vicious troll, and a brilliant engineer rolled into one. And Caddy K, obviously, this is also a man who has made very clear his intention to support Donald Trump, as he did, giving him an open forum last night to millions of people. Elon Musk is on the side of Donald Trump in this election.
Yeah, whether he's a brilliant engineer after that 40 minutes we all spent kind of listening to clanky music, I'm not quite so sure. Or maybe he's fired too many brilliant engineers and they couldn't get it working again. I mean, what do you think in terms of the impact on some voters who might have sat through that 40-minute glitch, Ed, last night and actually listened to the content of the interview? What impact do you think Elon Musk has sort of on voters in particular and on this election?
Well, you're right about the engineering. I mean, if you can't get spaces working, you're going to have trouble settling Mars. Look, only about 1.3 million people listened to this. It took an age to begin, and I was one of those who did wait around for it to begin. And then, of course, it never ended. It just went on and on and on. It wasn't an interview. It was a very softball, quite eccentric conversation between a donor and his candidate. None of the tough questions were asked.
Yeah, so what you see there is major cope, okay? Because these individuals are actually questioning the intelligence and the technical expertise of somebody like Elon Musk, who is a technical genius. And I've actually seen a lot of people question the intelligence of Elon Musk. And when I hear people question the intelligence of Elon Musk, I automatically know that, okay, you're not an intelligent person, right? And the reason why is because Elon Musk is undoubtedly a technical genius, okay? And Elon Musk is also smart enough politically to understand the correct person to vote for this time around, right? He's taking his emotions out of it, and he's saying, no. Although,
again, like I tell y'all, it has to be facts over emotions. And we're tons of people that are going through this right now, especially, and it's in a lot of independents, is emotions over facts. But then again, you have a lot of people that are on the Trump train as well that are facts over emotions. Never Trumpers, Trump haters. You know, they hate that he said this, and that. But again, they sucked it up and said, okay, Trump is actually what we need right now. America needs Trump. Facts over emotions, man. Facts over emotions.
though I've been a moderate Democrat my whole life, understand that Trump is the best thing for the future because I believe in these values, right? And Elon Musk really represents the so-called moderate that is thinking rationally, right? When you look at the disaster that has been the Biden administration and the Kamala administration, a rational person should not be able to go in the voting booth and to continue to vote for what everybody knows has been an absolute disaster, okay? Elon Musk knows that, right? He said, as a moderate, like, yeah, you are much better than the other option, right? And that is what really scares the mainstream media, not just Elon giving Trump a platform where you had 24 million people tune in, okay? Is also that Elon represents a certain type of voter, right? Somebody who could vote for a Republican or a Democrat in any given election, just depending on the performance of the incumbent, right? This is the type of voter that polls try to understand and predict how they're going to vote. So somebody like Elon Musk coming out and giving an unequivocal endorsement of former President Trump is a big, big, big deal, especially combined with the fact that he did it on his platform, okay, and so many people tuned in, right? While you have the mainstream media actively melting down, right? These people boo-hoo on and cry, oh, Elon Musk is not asking Trump tough questions. He's not fact-checking. He's not pushing our propaganda. Oh my God, this is so bad. They're pushing conspiracies. We don't like it. Meanwhile, on MSDNC,
Putin is probably the richest person in the world. Probably the richest person in the world. Forget all these ratings that people have. The richest person in the world. He's also the most, well, not the most evil, stiff competition for that honor, but nonetheless, among the top 3 or 4 most evil people in the world. What does he have on Donald Trump that he have to constantly be catering to Putin? Telling Putin, go into these countries, NATO countries. NATO was there to stop Russia, to keep Russia out. They have been successful for nearly 75 years. We will celebrate.
Ma'am, breathe in this walkie-talkie. Breathe in this. You're coming with us, ma'am. Hands behind your back. We don't know what you've had tonight, but you've had a lot of it. Hands behind your back, ma'am.
That security success. And then we have, what's his name? I usually have him nameless, saying he doesn't support NATO and encouraging Russia to invade NATO countries.
He who shall not be named. I know Voldemort well, so there's another guy kind of like him. What do you think? We're all wondering this question, Speaker Pelosi. What do you think Putin has on him? I mean, it sure seems like something, as you've said a few times, given that he refuses to criticize him, that he seems to be a fanboy of him.
And the funny part about this is that the mainstream media doesn't realize that the more that they negatively cover this interview, the more that people are going to tune in and to listen to the things that the mainstream media doesn't want you to hear. Because Elon Musk has called us out, right? He posted this. He says, a wall of negative headlines was so predictable. They're such NPCs. All this does is drive even more people to listen to the conversation themselves and realize how much the legacy media lies to them. So, yeah, I mean, as you can see in this picture right here, I mean, these are all the headlines, all of them negative, all of them saying the exact same things over and over and over again, because this is how the liberal media operates, right? It's almost as if they get their talking points from the DNC and they just all repeat the same things, right? I mean, that's exactly what they do. And again, they're really upset because Elon Musk had a normal conversation with Trump that wasn't adversarial, where they wasn't always pushing back. They were just talking, okay? They were talking like normal people, and normal people definitely resonated with the conversation. I mean, even Charlemagne the God was like, yeah, I got a lot of insights from this interview that Trump and Elon Musk had.
It was kind of a bit of a snooze fest for me, but you know, he definitely covered a lot in regards to that. Meanwhile, on the other,
you know, so interesting. I didn't think it was a snooze fest at all. Like I listened to I only listened to about 30 minutes of the conversation, and in those 30 minutes, I heard them talk about the border extensively. Yep. And I heard them talk about the economy extensively, and that is why Trump resonates with so many people, because he's speaking to the issues. And
there's videos right now of this clip going viral. Viral. I know a lot of y'all don't agree when on Charlemagne, and we know what type of timing he's on, you know. But little does he know, his platform, that club, I mean, I'm telling you, that club has helped. It has shined a light on Trump's campaign. Simple as that, you guys. Say what you want, but you know it's true. He has shined a light and shined a lot of good towards the Trump campaign.
those are the two major issues. Folks don't care about all that other stuff as long as what they care about is being addressed. People want to know how they're going to have more money in their pocket and how they're going to feel safe.
Well, that's what his base cares about, right?
That's what everybody cares about. When you're having a conversation, you're talking about light bills being lower, and you're talking about,
border
groceries being.
Yeah, so I'm waiting for Charlemagne the God to realize that, hey, your candidate of preference, Kamala Harris, she could never have a conversation like that, right? Yeah. Elon Musk actually invited her to have a conversation in which, she would be smart not to have the conversation, okay? Because we all know that she would fall apart due to her inability to have that type of conversation, because she really doesn't know that much. She's not that intelligent, not nearly as intelligent as an Elon Musk or a Donald Trump. So again, I'm just trying to figure out when will Charlemagne the God realize that, hey, why isn't my candidate doing that, right? Why isn't my candidate actually really speaking to the issues and talking about the policies? Why is my candidate hiding? Why hasn't my candidate come on the Breakfast Club, right? Why is it that my candidate is not answering any questions whatsoever, let alone doing a 2 to 3 hour sit down conversation with somebody like Elon Musk, okay, that is completely uncensored and real and authentic, okay, something that Kamala Harris is not, right? The exact opposite of Kamala Harris, okay? This is why you would never catch her doing something like that, never, okay? They don't do anything that's not scripted, okay? They do nothing that is off script, nothing.
Can't go off the script. Can't go off the script, man. I'm telling y'all, man. The American people, we the people want answers, man. We deserve 3 debates. We're tired of getting lied to. Tired of all this pandering, man. There are people are struggling, man, dying. We are declining, man. And this is why a lot of people are putting their emotions to the side. They won't change. We all won't change, man. That's why a lot of people are waking up, man. And it has to be too big to rig. Too big to rig.
And the reason why is because Kamala Harris can't operate as a normal person, right? She can't have a normal conversation. She can't just sit out and just talk about the issues without having notes in front of her, a whole bunch of, aides helping her, always having to stick to certain talking points. You really will never learn what she actually really believes, okay? Because everything that she says that comes out of her mouth has been spoon-fed to her by somebody else. It has been vetted, manufactured, and watered down to be fed to the masses so that they actually really don't understand anything about Kamala Harris and what she wants to do, right? But when it comes to somebody like President Trump, listen to a conversation like that, you know what he wants to do, right? You understand what he wants to do. You understand generally how he's thinking, okay? And you know that what he's saying is real. And I think that is the beauty of conversations like this. I would love to see more presidential candidates sit down and have these types of conversations where they just talk, okay, without a script, okay, just some real, let's just sit down and just hash it out. Let's just talk about it.
And I love that Greg said that because that's what we need, man. Besides the liberal media and all this, the COPE and all this, the freak out and the crying, this woke up a lot of people. A lot of people have waken up after this. And that's one reason why they're crying. Everybody is seeing through all the propaganda, all the BS. People are seeing through the headlines, man. I told you that Trump and Vance ticket, man. Not afraid. Answering anybody's questions. Going on the CNNs, the MSNBCs. Walking in the lion's den. No matter if they get treated with disrespect, treated completely nasty, No matter if they get wiped through the mud, they're still answering everything. Backing it up. Saying, well, you guys took this way out of context. You said this and that, but I really meant this and that. And that's all we've seen this year. Walking in the lion's den.
It, right? Let's just do it, okay, for 2 to 3 hours like normal people. And that's what we saw. And it really pisses off the mainstream liberal media. And if it pisses off the mainstream liberal media, then you know that it's probably a good thing for Trump, that the interview in and of itself was successful. Initially, the interview had gotten 1.3 million views. It peaked in regards to concurrent listeners, people listening at one time. And now is up to 24 million listeners, which means that 24 million people have tuned in since the interview was aired, okay? And this has gotten more coverage and more viewership than it would have gotten if it was on some mainstream outlet, right? Like an ABC, MSNBC, NBC, even Fox News, right? Got way more viewership. So again, this is the future, and the media, they really, really, really don't like that they're losing grasp of control and power when it comes to influencing public perception, right?
Facts.
But let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and
Facts, man. Huge shout out to my brother Greg, man. Link will be in the description box down below. But boy, like them beautiful Patriots say, man, you just can't make this up. I'll catch you beautiful people in the next one, man. Peace and love, y'all.